The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. September 8, 2025 explosive confrontations, dark obsessions, and dangerous truths this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. The stakes are higher than ever. Three unforgettable storylines converge into a storm of secrets, betrayal, and obsession. The tangled web of lies threatens to consume everyone involved, with each decision pushing the characters deeper into the shadows of their own consequences. As alliances shift and truths edge dangerously close to the surface, Will Spencer, Thomas Forrester, and Sheila Carter Sharp each find themselves at critical breaking points. Liam Spencer's return and the Will Spencer investigation. Liam Spencer, believed to be dead, but now very much alive, returns with renewed clarity and purpose. No longer the hesitant, back-and-forth man he once was, Liam throws himself headfirst into the chaos surrounding his younger half-brother, Will Spencer. The mystery of Will's missing night continues to haunt him, gnawing at him with every unanswered question. The night of his party wasn't supposed to end in confusion and regret, but Will has undeniable proof: text messages from a girl who clearly remembers something he doesn't. She knows what happened. The messages hint at intimacy, at a secret shared in the dark. But she remains hidden. Her number untraceable. Her words vague. That is, until another message arrives. This one more personal, more desperate. She wants him to forget. That's when Will knows he can't drop it. Something happened that night, and someone doesn't want him to remember. He turns to Liam, the only person he trusts not to judge him. They start digging. Liam's technical skills, combined with Will's persistence, lead them to triangulate a potential location for the phone that sent the message. It's risky, but Will needs answers more than he needs safety. What they discover sends a jolt through Will. Coordinates pointing to a quiet neighborhood tucked away from the bustling streets of LA. Will Spencer confronts Luna Nozawa. Will doesn't wait. He arrives at the location, heart pounding, mind spinning. The house is unassuming. Quiet. Almost too quiet. He knocks, then pushes through the door when no one answers. Something tells him this is it. Inside, the air is thick with tension. He calls out, and that's when he hears the water running. Someone's in the bathroom. A familiar voice hums behind the door. Luna Nozawa. The realization slams into him like a freight train. She's alive. Not missing. Not gone. Hiding. From him. The betrayal cuts deep, but the confusion runs even deeper. Why? What happened that night that made Luna go into hiding? Luna hears Will's voice and panics. Towels hit the floor. Water shuts off. Her heartbeat thunders in her ears. She knows this moment was coming, but she prayed it wouldn't. She tries to flee, but Will's already at the door. He doesn't yell, doesn't threaten, just says 4 words: "We need to talk." But talking may no longer be enough. The truth may be too volatile. Luna's face drains of color as memories flood back: party, the drugs, the blurred moments, the things she wished she could forget, the things she hoped Will never would. Does Luna admit what happened? Or does she lie to protect herself and someone else? Could someone else step in at the last second to silence Will before the truth is spoken? And where does this leave Electra Forrester? She's already fragile, already suspicious. If the truth comes out and she learns Luna's been alive this whole time and that Will may have been with her, that betrayal could be the spark that burns everything down. Thomas Forrester's dangerous obsession with Brooke Logan. Meanwhile, Thomas Forrester spirals. With no job to keep him grounded and no relationship to give him purpose, Thomas begins drifting. His once focused ambition now directionless. His days are empty, his thoughts dangerous. He confesses that Douglas is older now, distant, absorbed in his own world of friends and independence. Without his son, without design, Thomas starts to fixate on someone else. Someone he should never have even considered: Brooke Logan. What starts as casual interaction quickly turns inappropriate. Thomas begins inventing reasons to be near her. He appears at her door with coffee, offers help with errands, shows up at yoga, uninvited. At first, Brooke laughs it off, thinking it's a phase, some emotional rebound. But then it escalates. He watches her with too much interest. He remembers details about her that no one else should. He begins texting her late at night. Brooke tries to set boundaries, but Thomas brushes them aside. He's convinced there's something between them. That Ridge never appreciated her. That he could love her better. But it's more than obsession, it's instability. Thomas has no one reining him in. No Hope. No Steffi. And Ridge. Ridge is gone. The engagement is off. He's left Brooke vulnerable. Thomas knows it. With Ridge out of the picture, Thomas begins to believe he has a real chance. The question is, how far will Thomas go? Could he manipulate Brooke into isolation? Could he make her doubt herself? Could he become dangerous? This isn't the first time Thomas has slipped into darkness, but this time, there may be no one to pull him back. And if Brooke ends up alone with him, it may be too late. Sheila Carter Sharp's moral crisis over Luna. In a different corner of this ever-tightening web, Sheila Carter Sharp finds herself gripped by a rare emotion, anxiety. It's not for herself, for once. It's for Luna. Her granddaughter's repeated disappearances are beginning to raise alarms not just in Sheila's mind, but in others. Lee Finnegan is already asking questions, but Sheila knows more. She knows that Luna's behavior isn't just erratic, it's deliberate. The girl is hiding something, and Sheila's dark instincts are telling her it's something big. Sheila has fought her way back from exile. She has clawed through pain, rejection, and hatred to build a fragile sliver of peace with her family. She won't let Luna ruin it. But what is Luna involved in? Drugs, blackmail, a secret pregnancy. The possibilities churn in Sheila's mind, and with every day Luna disappears, the pressure mounts. Then Luna makes a mistake. She contacts someone she shouldn't. Sheila intercepts it. A message. A name. Will Spencer. And suddenly everything snaps into focus. Luna isn't just hiding from shame. She's hiding from exposure. Sheila confronts her granddaughter, but Luna won't talk. Won't confess. So now Sheila is left with a choice. Protect Luna and risk everything she's built, or take drastic measures to silence the situation before it explodes. We know Sheila. She doesn't do passive. If she thinks Luna's actions could jeopardize her standing with Finn or her fragile truce with Lee, she will act. The only question is how far she go. Could she blackmail Luna into disappearing again? Could she set Will up to take the fall for something he didn't do? Or, worst of all, could she eliminate the threat altogether? Sheila has walked the line between redemption and chaos for months. But when it comes to family, especially a granddaughter, she may cross it again. What comes next? This week's revelations are only the beginning. Will Spencer is on the brink of discovering a secret that could shatter reputations and destroy relationships. Luna's silence can't last forever. Elektra is already close to unraveling. Liam, back from the dead, is navigating a minefield of lies to protect his brother. Thomas is spiraling into obsession, and no one sees the danger until it's too late. Brooke is alone, vulnerable, and Sheila is one decision away from unleashing chaos all over again. As the lines between right and wrong blur, each character will be forced to confront the truth about who they really are and what they're willing to do. In The Bold and the Beautiful, nothing stays hidden forever. And when secrets surface, they explode. Stay tuned. This storm is just getting started. Matriarchal war erupts as Lee Finnegan and Sheila Sharp clash over Luna in a week already thick with tension and buried secrets. The Bold and the Beautiful explodes into dangerous new territory as a matriarchal war ignites between two unrelenting forces, Lee Finnegan and Sheila Carter Sharp. Both women, cold, calculating, and unyielding in their beliefs, are now locked in a psychological, potentially physical battle over the future of one young woman, Luna Nozawa. What began as quiet concern is now spiraling into a storm of threats, power moves, and moral reckoning. And Will Spencer, unknowingly, stands at the eye of the hurricane. Lee Finnegan has had enough. She's watched the chaos ripple out from Luna's vanishing acts, cryptic behavior, and emotional instability. And she's done pretending it will resolve itself. Lee isn't just a mother, she's a surgeon, and a woman who has seen firsthand what recklessness and emotional trauma can do to the mind and body. She doesn't deal in vague warnings or false optimism, deals in consequences. This week, Lee draws a hard line. She forbids Luna from having any further contact with Will Spencer. No calls, no texts, no confrontations, nothing. Not until the truth is unearthed and the damage can be assessed. And more importantly, not until the Lao and the hospital board are informed of what Luna may have done. Because Lee knows more than she's saying. Behind closed doors, she's been gathering intel. She's read the message threads. She's seen surveillance footage. She knows that the night of Will's party wasn't a simple mistake, it was a clinical event laced with psychological breakdowns, possible drug use, and a disappearing act that could be construed as criminal obstruction. Lee warns Luna in no uncertain terms. If she contacts Will again, she could face legal action. Not just disciplinary consequences at school or at work with the full weight of the legal and medical systems. But Luna, shaken and confused, turns not to limit to the one person who always makes her feel seen, Sheila. And this is where the real battle begins. Sheila Carter Sharp, ever the unpredictable wildcard, takes a very different stance. Unlikely, Sheila doesn't believe in using fear and authority as weapons. She sees Luna as a victim, not a threat. She sees a scared young woman being cornered by rigid systems and icy adults who don't understand the emotional fallout of trauma. Sheila has always operated in the gray, and she sees Luna's silence and her disappearances not as guilt but as protection. Self-preservation. The instinct of someone who's been hurt and has nowhere safe to land. So Sheila does what Sheila always does, steps in. She comforts. She protects. She lies if she has to. And in doing so, she directly undermines everything Lee is trying to enforce. Lee finds out, of course. And she doesn't waste a second. Their confrontation is immediate and merciless. Two women face to face in a sterile hospital corridor, but the air between them is anything but clean. Words slice like scalpels. Lee accuses Sheila of coddling Luna into delusion, of enabling a dangerous cycle that will inevitably end in more damage not just for Luna, but for Will, and for the Forrester family name. Lee warns Sheila that if she continues interfering, she will go public with everything. Not just Luna's story, but Sheila's entire dark past. But Sheila, never one to back down, hits back with venom of her own. She accuses Lee of being cold, clinical, a machine pretending to be a mother. She says Lee's version of love is control, that she only protects Luna if it fits her definition of perfection. Sheila throws down the gauntlet. Maybe Luna needs saving, but not from her choices. From Lee. The scene is volcanic. Decades of pain, rivalry, and mistrust boil over into a full-scale standoff. And for the first time, the battleground of the bold and the beautiful isn't a boardroom or a bedroom but a mother-daughter front line. The matriarchs are no longer background players. They are warriors now, each armed with truth, lies, and love twisted into a weapon. Meanwhile, Luna watches the storm gather from the sidelines. Every day, the weight of silence crushed her deeper into herself. Her mind flashes back to the party. The drugs. The whispers. Will's face. The moments she remembers and the ones she doesn't. She can't sleep. She can't eat. She can't breathe without feeling like the truth is chasing her. She wants to run, but there's nowhere left to go. Because Will Spencer is not staying quiet. Despite Liam's cautious guidance, Will is digging harder than ever. He knows Luna is involved. He knows she's hiding something. And most dangerously, he knows where she is. If Lee thinks she can keep him away, she's wrong. The Spencer name still carries weight. And Will is more like his father than anyone realizes. He's going to get his answers, one way or another. But with every move Will makes, the pressure on Luna builds. And Sheila, seeing the collapse coming, may be preparing something drastic. If Lee tightens the legal knees, Sheila may choose to disappear with Luna completely. A fake passport, a private jet, a new name in a new country. Or worse, Sheila may choose to remove the threat altogether. Because if Sheila believes Luna's safety depends on Will never speaking another word, she has the means and the history to make that happen. Lee knows this. That's why she's trying to act now. Before Sheila's version of protection becomes another scandal, another crime. The hospital begins to buzz with whispers. Nurses notice Luna missing entire shifts. Doctors overhear heated arguments behind locked doors. Board members receive anonymous emails. Someone is leaking information. And Lee suspects it might be Sheila, or even Luna herself, unraveling under pressure and looking for a way out. And while this war rages, Rich Forrester returns from New York. He hears the rumors. He visits the hospital. And what he finds is a battleground. He finds Luna unstable, Sheila angry, Lee unrelenting, and Will defiant. Rich asks the question no one wants to answer. What the hell is going on? No one answers. Not yet. Because they all know the next move could destroy everything. The question now isn't who's right or wrong. It's who's willing to go further. Lee will use the system, the law, the media. She's prepared to sacrifice Luna's reputation to save her soul. Sheila will use instinct, manipulation, violence, if it comes to that. She's prepared to burn everything to the ground if it means keeping Luna safe. And Luna, she's caught in the middle, pulled apart by two women who both claim to love her but in ways that may ruin her. Her silence is no longer just protection. It's fuel. The longer she hides the truth, the more powerful it becomes. And the more dangerous. In the end, this isn't just a family drama. It's a war of ideologies. Discipline versus compassion. Control versus chaos. Medicine versus instinct. Lee and Sheila are not just fighting for Luna. They are fighting to define what love really means. And when the dust settles, only one version will be left standing.
Oh.